774-8255. Had to make sure I was going to say the right number there. All right, Nick Cicero is back on the bridge tonight, so we're in good hands as we come to you over the airwaves through the ether, as it were. I am Christopher Hart, and back in the studio with me tonight is the chairman of the board. That'd be him, Mike McBath himself. Howdy, howdy.
Great to be here. We got a lot of comments tonight on Hillary and various other sports subjects, actually.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're also going to talk a little bit about Mars. We're going to do that with our resident scientist and general in the American Adversaries Army. Of course, that'd be John L. Casey. John L., how you doing?
Good to be back. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to it.
All right, and you can see what these fine gentlemen look like, and then, of course, me too. All you have to do is go to YouTube, where we are up and running on YouTube. And, Lucas, pull that microphone on up over there and tell folks how they can subscribe to YouTube and how they can see us. He's on the red. He's on the red one there. There you go.
All right, you'll go to YouTube, you'll type in Adversaries TV, and there you'll find our entire archive of videos. Otherwise, just type in Periscope, and you should get the most recent one.
All right, it's just that easy, and you can subscribe to us there too, right, Lucas?
Yes, they can.
All
Every
right.
time they get a video that's brand new, it'll alert them.
You know, Chris, I was thinking when John's on, we have to have bump music. Maybe we could go like Ground Control the Major Tom. Ground Control the Major Tom.
You heard it.
Yeah, set that one up, because the next time we hear
David Bowie. David Bowie,
that's right.
Yeah, that we got Blinded Me with Science is his theme music.
That's right. It's hard to think of bump music for a scientist, you know?
Yeah, and by the way, I also have a new one loaded in for Hillary. We used it Sunday night for the first time.
Good.
ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Evil Woman.
Oh, I think that's
Evil
great.
Woman. So listen for that. It may appear during the show today.
You know, when you talk,
I like that David Bowie Ground Control.
Did you see that statistic the other day that was shocking on Hillary?
What's that?
It said, did you know that 1 out of 3 Hillary supporters are just as stupid as the other 2?
I never knew that.
That's hard to believe.
That to me really sort of sums it up. Because
my mind is blown.
Somebody asked me, they said, are you going to be listening to the debate tonight? And they know I'm not really a fan of the group, right?
Sure.
And I actually told them I had more important things to do, like take out the trash.
Clean out the garage, right? Well, I will be watching as much as I can endure anyway. I do have a high tolerance of pain usually, but, watching these people would probably be like trying to tolerate a bad toothache. But anyway, the first Democratic debate will be tonight in Las Vegas, of all places. I think that's pretty appropriate, actually. And there'll be 5 people on the stage. Joe Biden will not be there. He's still in Washington. But there will be, of course, Hills will be there. Bernie Sanders will be there. Then Marty O'Malley will be there. Our man Jim Webb will be there.
Yeah.
And Link Chafee will be there. And so we shall see how it turns out. Anderson Cooper has announced that CNN will not do what CNN has done with the Republicans, and that is to pit them one against another, trying to get them
Here comes, that's just all softball questions, right, Chris?
Yep. The highlight of the night actually might be Donald Trump, who is promising to tweet all during the debate. So
that probably will be.
It will, and I hope that somebody at CNN perhaps will use one of the tweets. And I bet you one thing that won't happen tonight, though. There won't be some snot-nosed little kid who will stand up and challenge one of the candidates, like that snot-nosed Bush volunteer who stood up at Trump's town hall yesterday. Did you see that? You have to see the video to appreciate what happened.
I did see that, and it was. But actually, I thought Trump did a pretty good job with it. He just brushed it, he answered it in a nice way, and then moved on.
Yeah,
and that was perfect.
And the thing about Trump is he's not afraid to be booed. He is not afraid to be booed. Let me say that one more time. He is not afraid to be booed. And that means he understands more about leadership than all the rest of them just about, in the tip of his finger.
And confidence. So much confidence in that man.
Absolutely. But, you know, this little girl, if you didn't see it, she probably had to be all of, what, 20, 21 years old maybe. She's a little idealist. She's a Bush volunteer. Now, they claim they didn't put her up to it. CNN perhaps had something to do with it. And she stood, but you have to really see it to appreciate it, because she asked the question, and then she crosses her arms, you know, that real stern look, and then she puts her hands on her hips, you know, with one leg crooked a little bit. I mean, it was right out of Central Casting, for God's sake. Now you understand why I say politics is like professional wrestling. Go ahead, Mike.
Did she actually expect that he couldn't answer that question? I mean, she's right in his wheelhouse. I mean, he could have gone on and on and on. And I had to laugh about that. I mean, if you're going to ask him something, tie him up with something he doesn't know about.
Exactly, but that just shows you the weakness of unfortunately, the Bush candidacy. And I do think that it reflects on the Bush candidacy. It does. It makes him look weak. It makes him look weak.
Unfortunately, he is weak. I mean, look at the numbers. Yes. As much as I think he's a nice guy and all that stuff, but I mean, not going to work.
Yeah. And speaking of the numbers, they're still going into the toilet for Hillary Clinton. A new Fox poll out today shows, this is a nationwide poll, shows Hillary still ahead, but it's the comparison with June numbers that is so startling. Right now she's ahead 45, Bernie Sanders 25, Joe Biden 19. Now in June, when the last time they took this poll, this is a monthly poll, in the June poll, not the last time, but in the June poll, when they first started polling these candidates, Hillary was ahead at 61, so she's down some 16 points. Bernie Sanders is up 10 from 15, and Joe Biden is up 8 from 11. Yeah. So it's all going in the opposite direction that the Hillary camp wants it to go. Obviously, they're going to need a big night tonight just to stem the tide. And other worse numbers, the same Fox poll shows that in a head-to-head contest, Hillary against Ben Carson, Hillary loses by 11 points. Hillary against Don Trump, Hillary loses by 5 points. Hillary against Jeb Bush, Hillary loses by 4 points. Hillary against Carly Fiorina, Hillary loses by 3 points. On the flip side, when you compare Joe Biden to Carson, Trump, Jeb, and Carly, only Carson gives him a run for his money. He soundly beats all the other candidates. Yeah. So once again, the pressure is going to be for Joe Biden to get into this race. And then this campaign committee came out with this very moving commercial that could be easily turned into a campaign commercial to recruit Joe Biden. And it would be a great campaign commercial.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's a very emotional appeal, and it shows him a very positive light, and it would be a good commercial.
One question, though, Chris. Do you think these candidates tonight will bring up Hillary's secret servers? The reason I ask that, you know, a lot of people forget that Bill had a secret server when he was in office.
What was her name?
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, God. All right, let's go to Brad on the line. Brad, thank you for calling tonight.
Oh, good evening, fellas. They showed clips from Hillary at that Las Vegas thing, you know, with the union coming out protesting Trump.
Yeah, it was the Trump Hotel last night when she arrived in Las Vegas.
And again, she shouted out that Donald Trump insults women.
I know.
This is the thing, guys. You realize that obviously if they're both the nominee in that debate, he can really embarrass her in front of the nation, because let me explain. Everyone knows she's been married to a man that has public problems with like 5 or 6 women that have come forward. If she wants to go there, she defended him every time, and that's not it's being a hypocrite. It's not being honest, because if you're a true advocate for women, even if it's your husband, you're going to come out and say he did insult women, he disrespected women, but she's never done that. So Donald Trump can say, excuse me, but don't lecture me when you are pot calling kettle black. Or he could take any number of roads. But is she really that delusional that she doesn't know that he's going to embarrass her?
Well, first of all, I think that part of the problem with Hillary tolerating Bill's behavior like that is that she doesn't respect women either.
Amen.
She doesn't respect human beings. Okay, she is so full of herself that she doesn't respect anybody else. That's how she can tolerate it in the first place. I mean, a real woman would have cut his you-know-whats off a long time ago. and they would have put an end to that nonsense, or they would have parted ways. So she has no respect for other people, and I believe it starts with, believe it or not, I don't think she has any respect for herself. How could you and live with that scum, Bill Clinton, and laugh about his escapades and what he does to other women and how he uses them? She laughs about it.
Chris, you know what's a terrible thing to do, but just go to the internet and look up Bill Clinton rape. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty shocking. And the other thing about it is she always, remember in the beginning stage, she was like a women's liber, and then this happened with Bill, and then she beat up all the women that, you know, that supposedly she's a women liber, and she beats up the women.
Right. The bimbos, she called them, yeah.
I, for some reason, felt that she was a political opportunist. How about that one? I think we're right on the money.
Yeah. Good point, Brad. God bless you. Thank you for being out there.
I can see Brad's fired up, though. You feel the heat?
Oh, yeah. Brad's passionate.
He's going to be by that TV screen tonight, man, screaming and yelling.
All right, let's go to Eva. Eva, thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah. I called the New York Times today about David Brooks.
And his article where he was talking about Rush Limbaugh and all?
Yes, I told him. I called and I got a hold of somebody at the Times. I told them when they answered the phone, I said, I don't know if this is the right department, but I definitely do not want the New York Times, but I want to talk to somebody concerning how fake David is. I'm a conservative, and I had a very good compliment. Someone called me a purist, and I wear that as an honor, a badge of honor.
Well, did you get through to him?
I sure did. I didn't get a hold of David, but I got someone to listen to me.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, I cut the telephone off. They didn't.
You gave an earful, and that was it, huh?
Yeah, I talked to him for about 30 minutes.
Well, I don't want, you can't go on 30 minutes here. I don't have the time, but can you give us...
No, but I had a good ear, and I talked to him.
Well, in a sentence or two... Okay, go ahead. What, in essence, did you tell him about Brooks's article? By the way, he was criticizing... what we would consider, what she called a purist, a true conservative, for screwing things up. Now these true conservatives have come in with their idealistic purity, and now they're messing everything up, and Rush Limbaugh is part of the problem. And so anyway, what was your reaction that you wanted to convey to them?
I wanted to tell them we're not as dumb as they think we are. I told the young man, I said, young man, it was a nice young man. I said, listen, don't believe either party. They're both a bunch of power-hungry people. I said, God gave you a brain, use it.
Amen to that.
I said, half these people, I said, now I was in a generation that never went to college. I didn't choose to go to college. But I said, most of these guys did, and they don't live in the real world.
I know. It didn't seem to do them a whole lot of good.